Welcome back to Chris Goes Exploring. In this episode, Lisa, Kerno and I pack our bags, pack the caravan, pack everything we own and head up the east coast. And this video is going to kind of loosely document what we've been up to these past 5 months. So after packing everything we own into a caravan, we took an inland route all the way up to Brisbane where we dropped all of our stuff off in storage. And then headed straight to Byron Bay because not only is it one of our favourite places in Australia, but it has to be one of the best, if not the best, mainland dog beach in Australia. We spent a few weeks in this area, mainly in an area called Austinville, which we really liked the look of. And then we headed north. We went straight up through the Gold Coast and skipped it, and straight through Brisbane and skipped that as well, because we've spent loads of time in both of those places already.
Go, do it again.
You were filming, I'm not filming.
No, I wasn't. I was filming right now.
Damn. That's right, we come back to Australia Zoo to spend Lisa's 30th birthday. This thing is called a cassowary. It's native to northeastern Australia and it's one of the closest living relatives to dinosaurs. In lots of zoos in Australia, you can buy little food pellets that you can feed the kangaroos. Australia's zoo is no different, except in Australia's zoo you have two different kinds of kangaroos. The kangaroos you mostly see in Australia are the grey kangaroos, which is the one that Lisa's feeding in that clip a second ago, and this is a red kangaroo. These are found in the more northern regions of Australia, and to be honest, they're way cuter and fluffier. They have some Asian elephants here at the zoo, and to be honest, this was the coolest pen they could have ever had. There was a huge swimming pool area which they're swimming around in. They get chucked at apples. They've got like a huge grass area, and then out of sight they've got more fields as well, which is pretty cool. This whole thing is done up as like a Hindu kind of temple looking setup, and it's pretty awesome.
He is very impressive. You don't put him. Might need that jungle. Good boy. Give him a round of applause too, big goal.
As we headed north up the coast, Lisa insisted we pulled into a place called Yeppoon, which is quite near to Rockhampton. She'd seen something about it online, she wanted to check it out, and I'm so glad that we did, because it's actually become, I would say, probably my favourite place in Australia. If you've ever seen the film Moana, with all the islands, the tropical islands and the coconuts and everything, that is literally what this area is. Every tree has coconuts in it. There's the tropical islands, one of them, Great Keppel Island, dogs are allowed to go to, which is pretty awesome. There's also loads of other islands which are all national parks, which I'd love to explore one day, but you kind of need your own boat. Are you swimming? Are you a swimmy boy? Come on, man. You alright? You're so fast. Good boy. This is a place where I would love to end up living one day. Unfortunately, there's bugger all jobs in Yeppoon or Rockhampton, really. So it's kind of off the table for now, but you know, maybe I can circle back to this place in the future, because what a life it would be to live up here. So after a few awesome weeks here in Yeppoon, we continued north and we went to a place called Airlie Beach. Now Airlie Beach is famous because it's the place where you can go to the Whitsunday Islands, which are probably some of the most beautiful islands in the world. So I hear. I've never actually been because dogs aren't allowed to go, so we're a bit stuffed on this trip unfortunately, but this is definitely somewhere I'd like to go in the future. But we made the most of Airlie Beach, which is pretty beautiful. You can see all the islands in the horizon. And yeah, it's well and truly in the tropics, so you get some pretty cool looking animals like this guy. It's very green, very blue. Yeah, awesome. We carried on north and we ended up in Cairns. Now Cairns is famous for lots of things. It's famous for the Barrier Reef, it's famous for the Daintree rainforest, and it is absolutely stunning. It's well and truly into the tropics. It's considered far north Queensland. Oh, and it's well and truly famous for crocodiles as well. Now I have to say the beaches here aren't the most appealing of beaches. You can swim in the sea, but in the specific netted off areas, as you can see here, I didn't have a lot of confidence in that. They've also got these big stinger stations here with vinegar in case you get stung by a jellyfish. Basically everything in the sea here is trying to get you. But if you put that thought to the back of your mind, the landscape here is stunning. Probably the best in Australia. There's mountains, rainforests, everything. We continued north and we got to this place called Port Douglas, which is stunning. This is where the Daintree rainforest starts. It's also where the Great Barrier Reef is so close to the mainland that you can actually see it. This is actually the only place in the world where two World Heritage Sites meet: the Daintree rainforest and the Great Barrier Reef. We're in Port Douglas and we're just walking around a footpath around the outside of it, and it's like being in the jungle. This is awesome. Go on then. Now there's quite a lot of these netted off swimming areas up this part of the coast, but to be fair, if you do want to swim in the sea and you don't fancy swimming in there, the islands off the coast are known to be somewhat safe. You don't get crocodiles, well, very rarely get crocodiles out there. They tend to stick around in the estuaries and stuff, so if you can get away from the mainland where there is no estuaries, you're pretty safe. From what I hear. Don't take my word for it though. And this is Port Douglas town itself. You can easily spend a whole day here if you don't mind walking. We walked all around the coast like you just saw, and then we went through the town, and then we finished up at this Thai restaurant. Now this is a place called Rusty's Market in Cairns. Rusty's Market is a fruit and veg market, and because it's well and truly in the tropics, you get some awesome fruit. Stuff I've only seen in Southeast Asia before. I actually didn't realise you could get this stuff here in Australia. Now at Port Douglas we didn't really fancy going any further north because there's too many crocodiles, the sea's not very swimmable, just wasn't really for us. Cool for a holiday, but we were looking for a place to settle down. So we turned around and went back to one of our favourite spots, Yeppoon. Now because this is also in the tropics, there's fruit, tropical fruit everywhere, and this was a pawpaw trailer that was parked there like all the time. Most days we started the day off with a big red pawpaw which we chopped in half and filled up with yogurt and had for breakfast. Kerno also got really into coconut husking when we were up here because there's coconuts everywhere. Now there was a lot of things that we really liked about Yeppoon, but one of them was this. It's a huge outdoor lagoon with like an infinity style thing to it. It's completely free to use. It's just in the middle of Yeppoon. It overlooks all the islands and the sea and the beach and everything, and it's kind of like a local hangout spot. Really nice place. And just down there you can see Yeppoon Marina. This is where you catch the boat to Great Keppel Island. Now we stayed in Yeppoon for a couple of months. We really tried to make it work there, but we were struggling to get, jobs that we were satisfied with. In the end we came to the conclusion that perhaps it's somewhere we'd go to in the future. So we turned around, we kept going back down, and we decided to go to Sunshine Coast again, which is another one of our favourite spots. Now while we were here we did many trips to Noosa Heads with Kerno. He really likes it there. We went to Peregian Beach quite a few times, which is another awesome dog beach. Not as good as Byron, but pretty close. Climbed a mountain, and we just kind of enjoyed life down here, where you can swim in the sea freely with no fear of crocodiles whatsoever, which is, that's always a good thing. At this point, we kind of nailed down our 3 favourite places in Australia to settle down. Starting from south to north, it was south of Gold Coast around the Kingscliff area. We really liked that. Sunshine Coast is beautiful, and Yeppoon obviously is amazing as well. We've been applying for jobs for all 3 of these, but it looks like we're heading to the south of Gold Coast.